think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb you.
The dance of Tσdσs is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead, Dεяεcnσs?
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell us both together.
Keep up.
You're back. I've been waiting forever for you two. Judging by the looks on your faces, are you ready to take your Tσdσs exam and graduate from the festival? Okay. First off, have you discovered the hidden truth?
Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to... Okay. We've already experienced the Tσdσs festival many times, and all the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. A lack of human And those spaces remind me of... dreams. Like the one I had... Those spaces... The moon... illusions... People in Sumero don't dream. That doesn't sound right. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumero don't dream.
People in Sumero think they don't dream. But the truth is, the Akasha steals their dreams without them knowing it. And those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumero do dream after all. In fact, we're all in one big dream together right now. Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable of this? The Akasha relies on the power of a
That doesn't sound right.
It is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's... It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace.
That doesn't sound...
And it grants knowledge to the...
That doesn't sound...
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from the Dendro Archon, right? That would explain why the Akasha has the ability to control... But is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha compiles their wisdom? Isn't there anything more to it than that? Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom. So, in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia and Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real story is that the sages from the Academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own use, huh? Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the samsara?
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations. We still hear... That doesn't sound... Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing. But as soon as that beep sounded, more We've already experienced the Sub-Zerus festival many times. The Grand Sage said, "That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. My mind feels... That doesn't sound right."
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zerus festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream, and so begins another samsara that people wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zerus festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the Akasha.
So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is...
Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an excellent habit to get into.
Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this dream doesn't do anything.
Alright, last question. Who am I?
Now that I think about it, wasn't illusions hint? They say that alchemical...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That's why I put it last.
That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. Everything about you is different. We just didn't want... Now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very beginning. It's funny. Thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali, Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
Yes, those can wait until we're back. And on the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here and now. You asked me this question before. My answer was, it would literally blow your mind. Now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should hopefully make more sense. Have you heard the saying, "Don't wake a sleepwalker"? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you learning it on your own, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion. That's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. Firstly, this dream we're in is completely based on reality. People have already Secondly, you're probably wondering why people don't have any memories from Earth. That's because people don't remember their dreams most of the time anyway. And in any case, so whenever they wake up in this dream of the Sub-Zerus festival, they don't remember anything from their previous identity.
That reminds Paimon. Traveler had a dream when we were in the Avidia forest, but couldn't see...
Yes. Only after receiving the blessing of Dendro can a person gain the Dendro element's dream-enhancing power. Meanwhile, everyone else has no idea that they are in...
Can humans really keep dreaming forever like this? Will it ever end? And if so...
We might say your mental fatigue has already answered this question. Eventually, there's only so much that, especially those whose health is compromised to begin with, like Dunyarzad. This...
People's lives are at stake here, and...
I know, right? Why did they have to base this dream on my birthday? Could it really just be a coincidence?
Even you don't know the reason?
Wow. The Academia sages are determined to harvest lots of dreams in a short... Traveler, do you have any information?
Those spaces remind me of... Okay, Nahida said the Akasha rely... The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth..."
Celebrate the birth of that god? Could it mean... saving the people of Sumero with no regard for their safety. No matter what they're trying to do, this is After we end the Sub-Zerus festival, Samsara, we have—
How can the sages of the Academia do this behind their Archon's back? This is ridiculous!
In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone.
A sun and a moon? Nahida. Oh, we're out of time today!
I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow. See you then.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look...
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other...
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the tree.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real...
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. And you know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her...
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still... far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zerus festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and...
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between...
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sub-Zerus festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find...
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their conscience, which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that the dream will respond in kind. And the server really... But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food. Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually...
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, and even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize? After all, like you said, don't wake us...
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, as for me, during this time...
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the traveler was?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small... Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far, only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against... Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept it... But We mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dεяεcnσs would definitely want to see us save it. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their... Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably... So, who do you think the host of the dream is? Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the... Let's go ask him some...
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain.
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though.
Could you make a wish?
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Tσdσs festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dün...
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Ferris Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or...
So, you have a crush on...
Oh, is it that obvious? When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Tσdσs. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years? Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dεyaecnσs to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh! You're...
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway...
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dεyaecnσs loves her.
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dεyaecnσs bumps into the kidnappers. Huh? But Dia can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you. You... Fine, all right. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up? Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup.
One with the forest. Lucky today. The wind knows me. Enshroud. I hear everything. Into the wind. creature.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Can't see? I'll come back. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me. I'll take my leave.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys? You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon, remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she has stayed. Yeah, even if it's only a tiny. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside. This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it? Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us, even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival, and had all her. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sub-Zero's festival, right? If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off to now? It's Dunyarzad's puppet. Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago. Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilu's dance of.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is...
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, what? Where are we going this time?